Good evening, everyone. This side Dr.G, and today we will be learning about the Portocaval Anastomosis in detail, guys. So, yes, before starting the session, just give me a thumbs up in the chat box that the audio, video, everything is fine from my end, right? Yes, the audio, visuals, everything is clear. Just give me a thumbs up so that I'm sure about it. Yeah. So we are going to discuss a very important topic today, that is the portocaval anastomosis, right? So yes, I'm waiting for your thumbs up, guys, so that I can start with the class, right? Yeah, sure. So let us just start with the class. If anyone is there, just give me a thumbs up. Garima, yes. Okay, Garima says yes, everything is fine. Angel Matthews, very good, beta. Everything is fine. Fine, beta, fine. Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah. Vaishnavi Shinde, very good, beta. Very good. Very important topic to be discussed. Sharishta Adlakha, very good, beta. Abhi Gandhi, very good. Very good, beta. चलिए. Let us start with the portocaval anastomosis. अगर वहां पे कुछ hidden होगा बेटा तो you can just see it from here. Portocaval anastomosis. Already I have discussed about the portal vein in detail, right? So yes, can anyone tell me in the chat box? Good evening, Kapil. Good evening, Aditya. Good evening, beta. Can anyone tell me in the chat box, portal vein, it is formed by which two veins? Okay, which two veins actually lead to the formation of this portal vein? Now, here the word porto means portal vein. Here the word porto means the portal vein. Yeah. And when I say caval or basically the caval system, it is the systemic veins, guys, right? These are the systemic veins. Systemic veins. And when I say systemic veins, you are very well aware that we are talking about the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. Yes, Khalil, very good बेटा. नहीं बेटा, portal vein किन दो veins का बना हुआ है? Portal vein, it is formed from which two veins? I'm asking that question, beta. Right? Yeah, Garima, very good, beta. Splenic and the superior mesenteric vein. That is the answer that I want to like. Yeah. Neeraja, very good, beta. Very good, beta. So yes, so anastomosis का मतलब होता है बेटा कनेक्शन. Anastomosis का मतलब मैंने पहले भी बताया था, blood can flow. For example, this is one vessel and this is another vessel, right? Blood can flow from here to here and can flow from in opposite direction also, vice versa also. Okay, so the connection or the connecting point between the two arteries or the two veins, it is called as the anastomosis, right? So yes, everyone is right. Shiv Kumar, good evening, beta. Yeah, Aditya Narayan, very good, beta. Very good. Now, beta, what is the definition beta over here? Already I have explained you, so we will write in our words right now. So remember, beta, it is the anastomosis. It is the anastomosis the tributaries of between the tributaries of portal vein, between the tributaries of the portal vein and and those of the systemic veins, right? And those of the systemic veins. Now, when I say systemic veins, you are very well aware I'm talking about the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava, right? Now, why there is a need, Sai Krishna Dasari, good evening, beta, good evening, good evening. Now, beta, why there is a need of, or what is the significance of this anastomosis? What is the significance? Why do we need this anastomosis? So remember, beta, what is the significance? Okay, now these anastomosis, I can say it opens in case of obstruction, in case of obstruction of the branches of the portal vein. Okay, branches of the portal vein. Now everyone knows that if the portal vein is obstructed, okay, so the branches, okay, or even the portal vein it is obstructed, or the branches which are draining into it, if this is like obstructed, then what will happen? Inside the liver, Archana, good evening. Inside the liver. So in case of, especially in case of the liver cirrhosis, I will draw a diagram also, no need to worry. Or liver cirrhosis, if I can say in a simple language, if there is fibrosis in the liver. Okay. So what happens? Basically, the portal vein, the branches of the portal vein, the right and the left branch will get blocked. So now, how do the blood circulation takes place? So that in that case, it will allow collateral circulation. It will allow collateral circulation of portal blood flow. Portal blood flow. Now, I will discuss this in detail, beta. I will discuss this in detail. No need to worry, right? So, yes. First, I will give you a list over here. First, I will try to give you a list over here that what are the anastomosis I'm going to discuss in this particular topic. And then one by one, I will draw the diagram and I will explain you, right? So first, in this particular slide, try to write along with me. That is the, yes. Collateral anastomosis between portal and systemic veins. Systemic veins. This is called as the portal or portocaval anastomosis, right? The very first one that we are going to discuss, it is at the fissure for ligamentum venosum. At the fissure for ligamentum venosum, right? Second one, remember, yes, at the lower end of the esophagus. Yes, at the lower end of esophagus. I will be discussing each one of this in detail, so no need to worry. Fun mode, good morning. Fun mode, good morning. The third one, it is at the umbilicus. Umbilicus. Clinical correlation also I will discuss. So no need to worry at all. At lower end of rectum and anal canal. Okay. The fifth one, behind the peritoneum of posterior abdominal wall. Posterior abdominal wall. Second, the sixth one, at the bare area of liver. Right? And the seventh one, it is in the falciform ligament. In the falciform ligament. Now, let us just try to discuss one by one with the diagram and the content. With the diagram and the content. Right? So, yes. The very first one that we are going to discuss over here, beta. It is at the fissure for ligamentum venosum. Now, let us understand this in detail, beta. Now, beta, Ravinder, good evening, beta. Good evening, Ravinder. तुम तो गायब हो जाते हो. Now, I have a question from you people that ligamentum venosum, it is the remnant of what? If anyone knows, please just type it in the chat box. So at the fissure for ligamentum venosum, so ligamentum venosum, it is like remnant of what? Now, for example, beta, everyone knows that, yeah, suppose this is the liver. Yes, this is the liver. Now, this view, beta, what I'm showing you, it is called as the posterior inferior view. Posterior inferior view. We will discuss the liver in detail, so no need to worry, beta. No need to worry. So, liver, आपको पता ही है. So we are trying to see the liver from behind and slightly downward. तो हम लोग नीचे वाला जो surface है, inferior surface है liver का, posterior inferior view देखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, right? So try to imagine this. Yes, Parmod, very good. It is ductus venosus. Now, beta, you already know. So we are just trying to see this. हाँ. Prabhi World, good evening, beta. Good evening. So you are very well aware, beta, कि now, beta, you are very well aware that suppose this is the portal vein, right? This is the portal vein which is entering into the liver, right? Now, this portal vein divides into two branches, the left branch, okay, and the right branch, right? You already know this. This is the portal vein. Now, this portal vein divides into two branch. We have the left branch and we have the right branch, right? So now this portal vein, it is formed from two veins. You already know this. We have the splenic vein and we have the superior mesenteric vein. तो इतना तो सबको clear है. I hope this is clear to everyone. कि this is the basic structure that I'm going to use in every single diagram. Yes, Nirja, very good, beta. Now, everyone knows that splenic vein and superior mesenteric vein behind the neck of the pancreas, they will lead to the formation of portal vein, and portal vein after entering into the liver, it will divide into the right branch and left branch according to the lobes of the liver, the right lobe of the liver and the left lobe. देखो बेटा यहाँ पे right branch इस तरफ होगी क्योंकि posterior view है, right? It is the posterior view, right? और you already know that we have something very special that is called as the gallbladder. Okay, we have this gallbladder, right? So this is the gallbladder, and from the gallbladder, which vein will drain into the right branch? Yes, it is the cystic vein, beta. It is the cystic vein which will drain into the right branch of the liver. So that is also you already know. So yes, so this is not like a point of concern over here. So you should know that this is the cystic vein, right? Yes, cystic vein. Now, beta. Now, see, Vaishnavi, very good. Yes. Now, beta, everyone knows that we have a groove for inferior vena cava on the posterior view, right? Posteriorly on the inferior side, okay, posteriorly पीछे की तरफ और inferior side पे we have a groove for inferior vena cava. Now, if I just try to draw this, yeah, it is just like over here. So yes. Now, this is the inferior vena cava where the groove for inferior vena cava where the inferior vena cava is present. Okay, inferior vena cava groove है. Okay, so it is the groove. ग्रूव मतलब डिप्रेशन होता है और यहीं पर क्या प्रेजेंट होगा इंफीरियर वेना कावा. नाउ इतना क्लियर है सबको? आई होप दिस इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन. ओके, नाउ इन द फीटल लाइफ बेटा, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन द फीटल लाइफ? आई होप दिस इज क्लियर बेटा. फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे देना चैट बॉक्स में. इन द फीटल लाइफ बेटा, फीटल लाइफ में क्या होता है? ओके, इन द फीटल लाइफ inferior vena cava and the left branch of the portal vein, they communicate with each other. Okay, they communicate with each other and through a structure that I have drawn with blue, beta. Yes, that I have drawn with blue, and this is called as ductus venosus. Okay, it is called as ductus venosus, right? Now, the left branch of the portal vein communicates with the inferior vena cava in fetal life, okay, via ductus venosus. After birth, beta, what happens? Ductus venosus is fibrosed. इसके अंदर fibrosis हो जाती है, okay, and it forms something which is called as the ligamentum venosum. ये एक ligament में convert हो जाता है, and it is a remnant of this ductus venosus that is called as the ligamentum venosum. Now, in very rare conditions, beta, this ductus venosus will persist even after the birth. Okay, and that is a connection, beta, you can see between the portal vein, right? It is a connection that you will see between the portal vein and the inferior vena cava. Okay, it is a connection that you will see between the portal vein and the inferior vena cava. So you should know, beta, कि yeah, in fetal life, ductus, or I can simply say write like this: the left branch of the portal vein, left branch of portal vein communicates with inferior vena cava, okay, via what? Via ductus venosus, via ductus venosus. Now, after birth, beta, what happens? After birth, डक्टस वेनोसस इज फाइब्रोस. डक्टस वेनोसस बर्थ के बाद प्रेजेंट नहीं होगा, उसका रेमिनेंट प्रेजेंट होता है. तो डक्टस वेनोसस इज फाइब्रोस्ड, ओके, टू फॉर्म ligamentum venosum, okay, venosum. In very rare condition, ये एक ligament के फॉर्म में it actually persists, but after, or I can say in very rare conditions, better, the ductus venosus persist and it establishes Portocaval Anastomosis. बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज बता रहा हूं, आपको पता होना चाहिए. दिस इज द फर्स्ट लिंक between the inferior vena cava, that is the systemic vein, and the portal vein. The left branch of the portal vein connects to the inferior vena cava through ductus venosus in the fetal life. By the birth, what happens? Ductus venosus get fibrosed and it persists as ligament venosum. But in rare condition, if this ductus venosus does not get fibrosed, there will be a connection between the portal vein and the inferior vena cava. And that is how a portocaval anastomosis is linked. I hope this is clear, beta, to everyone. In very simple language, I have tried to explain with a pictorial diagram, with the picture. Just give me a thumbs up, guys, that everyone understood what we have discussed as of now. Yes. Chalo. Okay. Dimple D, very good, beta. Very good. Very good, beta. Chalo. Next. Prabhi World, very good, beta. Very good. It's very important that you are attending the sessions. I'm telling you, you will be like fortunate enough to get good marks. Right, Karima, very good. Now the second one, no one is going to explain you in detail, guys. I'm writing, drawing everything for you so that you understand it at once only. बस एक बार रिवाइज करने की जरूरत पड़े, बाकी 90% यहीं 70% यहीं सीख के जाना है, ठीक है. सो यस, क्लियर सर, क्लियर सर, ठीक है. चलो एट द अम्बिलिकस की बात करते हैं. नाउ अम्बिलिकस, अब इस पे क्लिनिकल क्वेश्चन बहुत बार पूछा गया. इस पे क्लिनिकल क्वेश्चन बहुत बार पूछा गया। तो सबसे पहले अपना वही जो बेसिक डायग्राम है उसको ड्रॉ करते हैं। अगेन आई एम शोइंग यू द पोस्टीरियर इंफीरियर व्यू, क्योंकि यही साइट है जहां से द लिवर विल एंटर। ओके, द लिवर विल एंटर, I mean the portal vein will enter, right? And you already know that the portal vein, it is formed from the splenic vein, and yeah, it is formed from the splenic vein, right? It is formed from the splenic vein and the superior mesenteric vein. No need to write again and again. So yes, we have this left branch and the right branch, right? So again, I will label for you people so that it is way clear, right? So this is the splenic vein. Draw the diagrams along with me. Superior mesenteric vein. Beta, again, I will not write full forms. So please, in your notebook, while drawing the diagram, kindly mention like in full. Okay, it is the portal vein. It will divide into the right branch, and we have the left branch. Right now, Beta, a structure that everyone knows. Yeah, a structure that everyone knows, that is the umbilicus, right? Umbilicus. So I'm just trying to draw the umbilicus with here. So can anyone tell me in the गरिमा, वो एक एक करके हम लोग डिस्कस कर लेंगे, नो नीड टू वरी, ऑल द 7 आई विल डिस्कस, राइट? तो वो आगे पीछे हो जाएगा, तो इससे कोई दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं है। तो एक एक करके डिस्कस करेंगे, ठीक है बेटा? सारे पॉइंट्स कवर करेंगे वो। हाँ, मैंने ये वाला ले लिया है पहले, नो नीड टू वरी, राइट? चलिए अब now behind the umbilicus, beta, there are something which are draining the blood to the left branch, beta, and that is called as the para-umbilical veins. Okay, they are draining the blood. Yeah, this is called as the para-umbilical veins. ठीक है, तो इसको हम लोग क्या नाम देते हैं? दिस इज कॉल्ड एज द para-umbilical veins. Now, para-umbilical veins, basically they are draining into the left branch of the portal vein, so they are again a part of the portal system, right? Now these para-umbilical veins, basically they will receive blood from 3 different sources, beta, over here. So they will anastomose behind the umbilicus. Okay, they will anastomose behind the umbilicus. So from above, from the lateral side, and from the inferior part of the abdomen. There are 6 veins that I will be telling you that will drain the blood into this para-umbilical veins. Okay, now what are those branches, beta, that you have to remember? So we have the, yeah, superior epigastric vein, then we have the lateral thoracic vein. Okay, then we have the posterior. Okay, from the lateral side we have the posterior intercostal veins. Okay, then we have the lumbar veins, and from the inferior side you already know we have the superficial epigastric vein. Again beta, it is superficial, वो सुपीरियर है एपिगास्ट्रिक ऊपर वाला, और ये है सुपरफिशियल epigastric vein and inferior epigastric vein. Okay, so yes, that is the now the para-umbilical vein communicates with, like from above we have superior epigastric vein, lateral thoracic vein. From the sides we have the, yeah, we have the posterior intercostal veins, lumbar veins, and from below it is the superficial epigastric veins and the inferior epigastric veins. Now, beta. Now, if there is portal hypertension, so my question to you people is, portal hypertension के केस में, if there is portal hypertension, portal hypertension. Now बेटा, when I say portal hypertension का मतलब है कि portal vein का प्रेशर बढ़ गया है. ओके, अब it can be due to like fibrosis, blockage, cirrhosis, any it could be any reason. ठीक है, पहले ब्लड नॉर्मली फ्लो कर रहा था. फॉर एग्जांपल बेटा, अब सपोज ये ब्लड वेसल है, ओके, ये कोई वेन है, इसमें ब्लड अच्छे से ड्रेन हो रहा था, प्रॉपर स्पेस मिल रहा था. अगर इसमें ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन हो जाएगी, इफ देयर विल बी ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन, तो फ्लो ऑफ ब्लड क्या हो जाएगा, डिक्रीज हो जाएगा, और ज्यादा प्रेशर देना पड़ेगा ब्लड को फ्लो करने के लिए. इफ देयर इज एनी ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन और कुछ भी है, तो फ्लो ऑफ ब्लड विल डिक्रीज. तो देयर शुड बी लाइक इंक्रीज प्रेशर टू मेंटेन द फ्लो ऑफ ब्लड. तो दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच इज कॉल्ड एज द पोर्टल हाइपरटेंशन. अब मुझे बताओ कि अगर पोर्टल हाइपरटेंशन है, अगर ब्लॉकेज है पोर्टल वेन में, तो या व्हाट विल हैपन, जो ब्लड जा रहा था, ओके, द ब्लड व्हिच वाज गोइंग, हाँ, the blood which was going beta. तो अब प्रेशर किस साइड बढ़ जाएगा, ओके, सिस्टमिक वेन्स, इनमें ब्लड आके फ्लो करने लग जाएगा. ओके, अब अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में ब्लड फ्लो करने लगेगा, राइट. तो कैन एनीवन टेल मी बेटा, तो पोर्टल हाइपरटेंशन में क्या है, द ट्रिब्यूटरीज ऑफ द सिस्टमिक वेन्स, ये जो पोस्टीरियर इंटरकोस्टल वेन्स है, लुम्बार वेन्स है, लेटरल थोरैसिक वेन है, सुपीरियर एपिगैस्ट्रिक वेन है, सुपरफिशियल एपिगैस्ट्रिक वेन है, इंफीरियर एपिगैस्ट्रिक वेन है. अब इनमें क्या हो जाएगा, they are around the umbilicus, okay, they will form spokes of wheel, okay, that is called as caput medusae. Okay, caput medusae. caput medusae का मतलब समझ, वो सर पे जैसे स्नेक के स्नेक्स नहीं हो गए थे, व्हाट इज दैट फिल्म, आई डिडंट रिमेंबर दैट फिल्म बेटा. Okay, the lady which was having snakes on her head, anyone knows that, and that is something the picture looks like. If I just want to show you beta, can you see it over here, can you see around the umbilicus beta, you can see this snake like appearance, right? So it is like spokes wheel like appearance, okay, and that is due to the increased blood flow. Okay, that is due to the increased blood flow in this okay. So I hope this you guys understood. Just give me a thumbs up, guys, in the chat box. This I hope you understood. So the portal hypertension. Yeah, it is the caput medusae. Yes, Dimple says yes. So the tributaries of the systemic vein, the tributaries of the systemic vein around umbilicus are distended like spokes of wheel, spokes of wheel known as caput medusae. Right. So yes, अगर लेफ्ट बंडल ब्रांच में ब्लॉक है बेटा, तो ऑब्वियसली बात है ब्लड जो है यहीं रुक जाएगा और ब्लड अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में फ्लो करना स्टार्ट कर देगा, एंड दैट विल सीन इन केस ऑफ पोर्टल हाइपरटेंशन. और अम्बिलिकस के आसपास पूरा आपको ये इमेज जो है, दैट वाज आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम आल्सो, दैट वाज आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम आल्सो. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर एवरीवन. यस, टॉर्चुअस वेन्स बोल सकते हो. वेरी गुड बेटा. ठीक है, आई होप दिस इज क्लियर बेटा एवरीवन. जस्ट गिव मी अ थम्स अप. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर एवरीवन. या ओके. आदित्य says okay 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 चलो umbilicus पे ये होता है ठीक है. Now coming on to the lower end of the esophagus, the third one that we are going to discuss. Now I'm gonna discuss this, Karima. Yes, yes. So remember, at the lower end of esophagus. Now, esophagus is a tube-like structure and we are just focusing on the lower end right now, okay? So guys, you already know that, yeah, let us just draw the diagram in short so that it's easier to understand. So you already know we have the splenic vein, we have the superior mesenteric vein. Yes, we have the portal vein, which is dividing into the right branch, and the left branch, you already know it is the longer branch than the right one, right? So nothing to like deal with over here. So yes, this is the splenic vein. This is superior mesenteric vein. We have the portal vein, right? We have the left branch and the right branch, right? Portal vein divides into the left and the right branch. Now, beta, you already know the left gastric vein. The left gastric veins basically they drain into the portal vein, right? So suppose this is the left gastric veins. They drain into the portal vein, and to the left gastric veins, beta, to the left gastric veins, basically we have multiple esophageal branches, esophageal veins, okay? Esophageal veins, esophageal branches of left gastric vein, right? So yeah, the lower end of the esophagus. But on the other hand, beta, there is something that you have to know is about the hemiesophagus vein. Now let us suppose this is the hemiesophagus vein, or just yeah. Hemiesophagus vein. Hemiesophagus vein, okay, also have these esophageal branches. These are called as the esophageal branches of hemiesophagus veins. Okay, these are called as the esophageal branches of the hemiesophagus veins. Okay, so this you can see over here. This is anastomosing with each other. Okay, this is anastomosing with each other. Yes. So remember that these are the esophageal branches, esophageal, okay, esophageal branches of hemiesophagus vein. So hemiesophagus vein systemic vein का part you already know. It drains the blood into the yes inferior vena cava, right? So they are part of systemic veins. So can you see one of the connection over here, guys? You can very well see the connection over here, right? You can see the connection over here. So the esophageal branch of the left gastric vein communicates with the esophageal branch of the hemiesophagus vein. Now, if there is any portal hypertension, remember beta, in portal hypertension, now what will happen? These short branches of the the esophageal branches of the left gastric veins or the esophageal branches of the hemiesophagus vein will get engorged. ठीक है? They are very short and suddenly उसमें तुम बहुत सारा कुछ भर दोगे, so they will appear, yeah, it will be engorgement of the veins. okay, at the lower end of the esophagus, okay, due to increased blood flow, increased pressure, right? And that is something which will lead to esophageal varices. Esophageal varices. Okay, it will lead to esophageal varices. If you want, you can see this picture better over here. You can see this is the endoscopic picture where you can see the esophageal varices. Okay, so these are the esophageal veins. Okay, they are filled with blood. Right? I hope this is clear to everyone. Just give me a thumbs up, beta. The third point is also clear to every one of you. Yeah. Hmm. Chali. I hope this is clear to every one of you. Just give me a thumbs up, beta. Yeah. Aditya says, okay, sir, it's clear. It's clear. Perfect. Perfect. चलो बाकी भी रिप्लाई करते रहिए ओके नाउ now coming on to the fourth part beta the fourth one that we are going to discuss dimple very good beta very good reply करने के लिए very good yeah Anushka very good Karima Prabhi Shah SRK very good beta now coming on to the next one it is at the lower end of the rectum and anal canal okay now again we'll consider the same picture beta we'll consider the same picture so you already know we have this splenic vein superior mesenteric vein they will form together portal vein and this portal vein will divide into the right branch and the left branch right will divide into the left branch the right branch we have the portal vein the splenic vein and the superior mesenteric vein right superior mesenteric vein now beta earlier I have told you now in the chat box try to answer the question the inferior mesenteric vein will drain into which of the following tributaries in the chat box beta I've already told you and I want this answer from you people the inferior mesenteric vein will yes yes Anushka very good beta very good now everyone knows that this is suppose the inferior mesenteric vein right this is the inferior mesenteric vein now inferior mesenteric vein drains into splenic vein and everyone knows that yes everyone is right Shah Garima Aditya very good beta fun mode very good and everyone knows that the inferior mesenteric vein it is like continuation of superior rectal vein so it is continuation of superior rectal vein so superior rectal vein will continue into inferior mesenteric vein. Inferior mesenteric vein will drain the blood into the splenic vein. Splenic and superior mesenteric will combine to form the portal vein, which will again divide into right branch and the left branch. This is the basic picture that you already know, right? Now, superior rectal vein, it is continuing as the inferior mesenteric vein. Now, beta, you already know, you already know that we have the inferior vena cava, right? We have the inferior vena cava and the inferior vena cava, it is formed from the common iliac veins, right? Common iliac veins, they are formed from, now can anyone tell me the common iliac veins are formed from? Now suppose this is the common iliac vein. It is formed from the external, yes, it is the external iliac veins and we have the internal iliac veins, right? We have the external iliac veins and we have the internal iliac veins. Yes. So if I have taken like one side, you can take both the sides, right? So we have right internal iliac vein, the left internal iliac vein, and together they will combine to form the inferior, the common iliac veins. Okay. Okay, this is the common iliac veins. and they will together try to form the inferior vena cava. Okay, the left side and the right side, right? The left side and the right side. Yes, everyone is right, Anushka, Aditya, very good. Now, beta, what happens from the from the internal iliac veins? We have two veins which are draining into the internal iliac veins, right? So there are two veins which are draining into the internal iliac veins, and that you have to remember, beta. Again, yeah. So yes, we have the superior rectal vein, beta. So again, we have the middle rectal vein, and one more beta, that is the inferior rectal vein. So can you see this anastomosis beta over here? So this is the middle rectal vein, and this is the inferior rectal vein. Middle rectal vein, and this is the inferior rectal vein. So you can see the connection beta over here, how the portal system is connected to this inferior vena cava. So superior rectal vein, middle rectal vein, inferior rectal vein connected to the internal iliac vein. Then internal iliac vein, the blood will go to common iliac, then to the inferior vena cava, then to the inferior vena cava. Now, now beta, I hope this part is clear, beta. I hope this part is clear, everyone. ये वाला part समझ में आ गया? Then I'll explain you one clinical scenario over here also. Okay? Yeah. Now, beta. Chal. Yes, very good. Now, what happens? Aditya says, okay, it's right. Now, beta, remember, in case of liver cirrhosis, okay, when there is fibrosis of the liver, so yes, in case of liver cirrhosis, what will be there? The portal vein obstruction will be there. Portal vein obstruct हो जाएगी. पोर्टल वेन अगर ब्लॉक हो गई तो ब्लड का कंटेंट सुपीरियर स्प्लेनिक वेन में पड़ेगा. स्प्लेनिक वेन से कहां पड़ जाएगा ब्लड? इंफीरियर मेसेंट्रिक वेन. फिर वो कहां चला जाएगा? मिडल रेक्टल वेन, इंफीरियर रेक्टल वेन में. ओके, सो व्हाट विल हैपन? द पोर्टल वेन, the portal vein will not be able to drain the blood completely. Okay, the portal vein will not be able to drain the blood completely. Okay, the portal blood pressure will increase. The portal blood pressure will increase. Right? Now, that will lead to portal hypertension, right? That will lead to portal hypertension, as I have already told you, right? So, backflow. Now, portal hypertension basically means the pressure will increase. Now, due to this, what will happen? Backflow of blood will be there, obviously, right? The blood will flow in the opposite direction, the back direction, right? And obviously, what will happen? They will engorge the veins. Okay, they will, yeah, engorge the veins, and that will lead to rectal varices. Rectal varices. Okay, that will lead to rectal varices. So if you just want to see the picture beta over here, this is something which is like, yeah, close to the pectineal line of the anal canal. You can see they are filled with blood, right? So this is rectal varices beta over here, endoscopic picture. I hope this is clear to everyone over here, right? I hope this is clear to everyone. The fourth part, beta फटाफट से एक thumbs up दे दो if the fourth part is also clear to everyone, right? Sure. Aditya, very good, beta, very good. So we have to till now discuss the 4 parts, right? We have to discuss 7 parts, right? Very good, beta. Now coming on to the 5th part, beta. Coming on to the 5th part. at the bare area of the liver. Yes, Vicky Chaudhary, very good, beta. At the bare area of the liver. Liver has a bare area, beta. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me why the area is called as the bare area of the liver? What is the reason why it is called as the bare area of the liver? Now, for example, beta, suppose this is the liver, okay, and we have this right lobe. This is the left lobe. Okay, let me just draw it with the color code. Yeah, let me follow the color code over here. So you already know we have this, yeah, the left branch, the right branch, and the portal vein, which is formed by the splenic vein and the superior mesenteric vein. So we have the splenic vein, superior mesenteric vein, the portal vein, which is having the left branch and the right branch, right? Now, yes, peritoneum covering is absent. Very good, Shah. Again, I'll discuss the yeah, the peritoneum today. So I'll discuss about it. Now, beta, for example, let us suppose this is the bare area of the liver, and yeah, this is the yeah bare area of the liver. For example, this is the bare. Okay, I'll use another code. Hmm, Sure. Okay, let me draw it with green. So let us assume that this is the bare area of the liver. Now this is the bare area of the liver. Yeah. Now, beta, the bare area of the liver. Aditya, yes, you have set the correct point. It is the attachment site for the diaphragm. So again, the vein will remain the same, beta. Again, the vein will remain the same. So you should remember that. Yeah. Yes. These are the phrenic veins which will drain into the bare area of the liver. Phrenic veins, which I've already told you, the inferior phrenic vein, it's direct, it is, yeah. So now, and we have the bare area of the liver communicates with the right branch to another vein beta, and that is something which is called as the portal radicle of the liver. Okay, so yes, so this is the portal radicle of the liver. That is a part of the portal system. Okay. So now remember guys, what you have to remember in this, that we have the portal radicle of the liver, and this is called as, now this is a part of the portal system, and you already know this communicates with diaphragmatic veins, and you already know when I say diaphragmatic veins, I'm talking about the phrenic veins, right? Diaphragmatic veins, okay, by a small by a number of small veins. Okay, so they communicate with the diaphragmatic vein with a number of small veins, and that is actually draining into this right branch. That is actually draining into this right branch, right? So I hope this is clear, everyone. This is clear, everyone. Okay, so yes, next one. Okay, next one. Okay, the sixth one that I have to discuss. I'll add two more slides. I hope this is clear. Mhm. Yeah. very good guys. चलो चलो आदित्य, very good. Now the next one beta, remember, behind the peritoneum, behind the peritoneum of posterior abdominal wall, behind the peritoneum of posterior abdominal wall. Okay. Now let us understand this through a diagram again, and we'll just try to figure it out. No need to worry. So this is the portal vein, and this portal vein, it is formed from the splenic veins and the superior mesenteric vein. So yes, this is the splenic vein, and this is superior mesenteric vein. Superior mesenteric veins, right? And yes, this is the portal vein, which is dividing into, yeah, the left branch and the right branch. Now, the splenic veins, okay, and colic veins, right? These are the veins of the portal system. But before that, let us try to establish the connection. So you already know we have something which is called as the kidney. Okay, we have something called as the kidney. And now specifically, if I'm talking about the kidney, I'm talking about the left kidney. Okay, I'm talking especially about the left kidney. Okay, now the vein draining through the left kidney, it is the, you already know, this is, yeah, this is the left renal vein. Okay, this is the left renal vein. So this is the left renal vein. Now this is the left renal vein. So yeah, now beta, remember that from the splenic veins, from the splenic veins, there will be veins which will communicate with the left renal vein. Now we have something which is called as the inferior mesenteric vein. I hope everyone remembers that inferior mesenteric vein drains into the splenic vein. Inferior mesenteric veins that drain into the splenic veins. So branches from the inferior mesenteric vein, they will also come and like be a part of these anastomosis, right? Be a part of these anastomosis, right? And there will be branches from the body wall, okay? Branches from the body wall, okay? Body wall, okay? So now this is the anastomosing part beta. This is the anastomosing part over here, which you can see. And these number of small veins, okay, these are called as these short veins. These are called as the veins of reticin. Okay, these are called as the veins of reticin. We'll write it in the, we'll write it in our notes. No need to worry. So remember beta. So remember, splenic veins, splenic veins and colic veins. Now, from the inferior mesenteric vein, this is the left colic vein. Okay, left colic vein. Okay, splenic veins and the colic veins. That is the part of the portal system, right? That is the part of the portal system, right? Now, they communicate with, they communicate with the left renal vein. They communicate with the left renal vein and other tributaries of inferior vena cava by a small number of veins. This is known as the veins of Retizen. The veins of Retizen. If you just want to make it better, it is yeah. Hmm. So yes, I hope this is clear to everyone. These small veins, or you can just show it separately also better, right? From you can just show it separately also. There's no need to worry as of. Yeah. If you want, you can just show it separately as well. चलो इसको separately show कर सकते हैं. Yes, I can just show it separately also. Yeah. Over here, you already know we have the left colic vein. Okay, the left colic vein. If you want to show the small veins, okay, or the vein from the body wall, right? The vein from the body wall. So they will communicate with a small branch like coming from the left renal vein, and this is like one point of anastomosis. This is the veins of Retizen. These are very small veins. These are very small veins. Okay, so these are the veins of Retizen. Apart from that, in the splenic vein also, yeah, it will like communicate with these veins of Retizen only, right? So yeah, these are very small veins, right? So I hope this is clear to everyone. I hope this is clear to everyone, right? चलिए, लास्ट वाला बेटा आपको सिर्फ याद रखना है, या लास्ट वाला बस आपको याद रखना है. Again, there's no picture for that, so yeah, just you have to remember that, yeah, in the falciform ligament. Now, can anyone tell me where the falciform ligament is present? Can anyone tell me in the chat box where the falciform ligament is present? In the falciform ligament, okay? Now you already know we have the para-umbilical veins. Okay, the para-umbilical veins, which are a part of the portal vein, okay, which are draining into the portal vein, the left branch, right, communicates with anterior surface of what? Communicates with the diaphragmatic veins. Now, when I say diaphragmatic veins, basically what I'm talking about the phrenic veins. Diaphragmatic veins. Okay, these are the systemic veins, right? These are the systemic veins by a small number of veins. Yes, liver. Very good. By a small number of veins, which are known as accessory portal system of Shapi or Sapi maybe. Yeah, Sapi. सो पैराअम्बिलिकल वेन्स है, हमें पता है वो पार्ट है पोर्टल वेन का. ऑब्वियसली आपको पता ही है पैराअम्बिलिकल वेन्स. आई जस्ट ड्रॉन इट ओवर हियर आई सपोज. या पैराअम्बिलिकल वेन्स मैंने भी बनाए थे, कहाँ गए? हाँ, पैराअम्बिलिकल वेन्स है. Basically, they drain the blood into the left branch of the portal veins. The paraumbilical veins are a part of. You already know it is a part of the portal vein. और diaphragmatic veins किसका part है? Phrenic veins, the main systemic veins का part है, inferior vena cava. Now they are connected to each other by a small number of veins, and these are called as accessory portal system of Sapi. Accessory portal system of Sapi. I hope this part is clear, beta. Portocaval anastomosis. All the 7 anastomoses I have discussed. So just give me a thumbs up in the chat box, beta, कि ये clear हो गया तुम लोगों को. So that I can start with the peritoneum part. So just give me a thumbs up in the chat box that this part is clear to everyone. चलिए. फटाफट से बताते जाओ कि ये क्लियर हो गया है। चलो, आदित्य सेज यस, आदित्य सेज यस, व्हाट अबाउट द रेस्ट पीपल? चलो, बाकी सब भी बता दो जल्दी से। आई होप इट इज क्लियर टू ईच एंड एवरीवन। विकी चौधरी, वेरी गुड बेटा, वेरी गुड। साहिल कुरे, वेरी गुड। शाह एस आर के, वेरी गुड बेटा। चलिए चलिए, परफेक्ट परफेक्ट बेटा। बी विथ मी थ्रू आउट, although I have discussed with beautiful diagrams. Now I'm gonna start with the peritoneum. Peritoneum, guys. Now, can anyone tell me what is peritoneum? In one word, if anyone wants to tell me what is peritoneum, guys. चलिए जल्दी से बताइए, what is peritoneum in just one word? चल, कवरिंग। ओके, चलिए पहले डेफिनेशन लिख लेते हैं। What is this peritoneum? So beta, you already know it is the largest serous sac. Okay, it is the largest serous sac which lines the abdominal cavity. As rightly said by Shah SRK, yes, which lines the abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity. Okay, which lines the abdominal cavity, and it covers the different organs of the abdomen, right? Two different angles, right? It covers the different, yeah. Abukar, very good, better. Now, how is the peritoneum formed? So the next point that we are going to discuss, it is the formation. Formation. Now it is formed as a closed sac. It is formed as a closed sac which lines the abdomen. Which lines the abdomen. Now, the abdominal organs, grow and develop on the posterior abdominal wall, on the posterior abdominal wall outside this cavity, outside the peritoneal cavity. Now, what I'm trying to see, everyone has seen a balloon, right? Everyone has seen a balloon. Now, for example, the statement which I have written over here, beta, everyone knows, for example, this is the peritoneum, okay, or this is the peritoneal cavity or the sac. Okay, it is the peritoneal sac or cavity, right? Just imagine it like a balloon. Just imagine it like a balloon, right? Now, you already know we have something which is developing outside, and that is called as the gut. Foregut, midgut, hindgut, all these are derived from the yolk sac. Yolk sac is endodermal in origin, right? Now this gut, it is connected to a blood supply. It is connected to a blood supply, and that blood supply, it is the abdominal aorta. It is the abdominal aorta. It is also dorsal, right? Abdominal aorta. So initially the gut is outside. Now what happens, beta? When you take a balloon and when you try to, no, if you make a fist and just try to insert your fist into the balloon, what will happen? It will somewhat take the shape like this. It will somewhat take the shape like this, right? It will somewhat take the shape like this. And this gut is like a fist. ये बिल्कुल मुट्ठी की तरह है. और ये जो peritoneal sac is just like a balloon. If you just try to insert the gut into this peritoneal sac, it will try to incorporate that gut into this peritoneal sac. So yes, this is the gut. Again, this gut, it is having the blood supply coming from the aorta. That is the abdominal aorta, right? So now here the peritoneum gets divided into two parts better. The peritoneum gets divided into two parts. We have the parietal peritoneum and we have the visceral peritoneum. Visceral, visceral का मतलब होता है अंदर. Visceral means internal organs, right? Now, and remember beta, there is something which is folding, okay, this whole structure, okay, that is called as the fold of peritoneum. So fold of peritoneum, that is actually the mesentery. That is actually the mesentery. So this mesentery, it is providing spaces. It is providing spaces for blood vessels, just like the aorta you can see. Nerves, right? Nerves. We have, you might have heard mesocolon, mesoappendix. So yes, these are all the derivatives of the mesoderm only, right? So yes, we have the parietal peritoneum, visceral peritoneum, and the mesentery part. Okay, that is the fold of the peritoneum. That is the fold of the peritoneum, which is incorporating the blood vessel, nerves, mesocolon, and this. इतना क्लियर हो गया तो फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो. फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो कि ये वाला चीज समझ में आ गया. तो अभी देख लेते कि आया कहाँ से. चलो देख लेते हैं कि आया कहाँ से. सो लेट अस जस्ट नो डिस्कस parietal peritoneum. Vicky, very good. Aditya, very good. And we have the visceral peritoneum. Now बेटा parietal peritoneum. अब parietal का मतलब क्या होता है बेटा? Body wall. So obviously बात है, दिमाग लगाओ थोड़ा सा. So you guys will see that it lines the wall. It lines the wall of abdominal and pelvic cavities, right? Pelvic cavities. And it will be developed from which mesoderm beta? It will be developed from which mesoderm? In the chat box beta, I want your answer. It will be developed from which mesoderm? So yeah, it will be developed from, yeah, somatopleuric. मैंने बताया था, इसलिए मैंने वो कराई थी एम्ब्रियोलॉजी, so that it is way clear beta to you people. Yes, mesoderm, somatopleuric layer of lateral plate mesoderm. तो ये पता ही है, गट एंडोडर्म है और इट इज सराउंडेड बाय द मेसोडर्म. बहुत बहुत सिंपल सी चीज है. लेटरल प्लेट मेसोडर्म, उस टाइम पे एम्ब्रियोलॉजी में मैंने बहुत अच्छे से ये सब चीजें समझाई हैं. ओके, and it is supplied by somatic nerves, right? And supplied by somatic nerves. Visceral peritoneum beta, it covers the organs. It covers the organs, and remember, it develops from the splanchnopleuric, yeah, layer of, just I'll correct the spelling. So it develops from the splanchnopleuric layer of lateral plate mesoderm, right? Splanchno का मतलब क्या है? Visceral वाला part, right? And it is supplied by autonomic nerves. It is supplied by autonomic nerves. It is supplied by autonomic nerves, right? Now beta, during the course of the time, what will happen? This organs, the gut will develop. It will push the visceral peritoneum towards the parietal peritoneum. Okay, the space, uh, again, as the organs will grow beta, what will happen? There will be very less space, okay, between the parietal peritoneum and between the visceral peritoneum. Okay, there will be very less space, and this less space, it is like some serous fluid will be present in between it, and this is something which is called as the peritoneal cavity. This is something which is called as the peritoneal cavity. Okay, the space between the parietal peritoneum and the visceral peritoneum, and it is a very small space beta, and it is covered with serous fluid. And as the organs grow, it will like it needs space to grow, so the visceral will be pulled towards the parietal, and there will be a very small amount of space left, and that is something, the potential space that is left, it is called as the peritoneal cavity. Okay, it is containing a little bit amount of the serous fluid or the lubricating serous fluid. I hope this is clear beta. I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes, yes. Now remember beta. चलो ठीक है, very good. Shah, SRK, Vicky Chaudhary, very good beta. Now, as the abdominal organs, as the abdominal organs, basically they increase in size, okay, they project forwards, they project forwards and push the peritoneum, basically they invade inside the peritoneum, invagination, उसके अंदर चले जाते हैं. So yeah, invagination. Okay, invaginated. Okay, now it is basically to variable degrees beta. It is basically to variable degrees. Now when I say variable degrees beta, what does it mean? It means that there are organs which do not need free movement, which do not need free movement, and there are organs which need free movement. There are organs which need free movement. Free movement. Now, the organs which do not need free movement, can anyone tell me the name? These are kidneys, right? These are kidneys and ureters. And the organs which need the free movement, these are stomach and intestine, right? Intestine. So, yes. Now, organs which do not need free movements, beta, organs which do not need free movements, remember, they will push the peritoneum slightly. They will push the peritoneum slightly. Okay, they will push the peritoneum slightly over the posterior abdominal wall. Very good, Abukar. Posterior abdominal wall. Okay. So that only anterior surface is covered by peritoneum. Covered by peritoneum. Again, I will draw a diagram for it. No need to worry. Okay. Now, obviously, they will project more. They will project more. Okay. So that they are completely covered with peritoneum from all sides. They are completely covered with peritoneum from all sides. Right. They're completely covered from the peritoneum from all sides. Okay. And they are attached to the posterior abdominal wall through a layer of folds that is called as mesentery. Okay. For example, this is the posterior abdominal wall, and they will be connected to the posterior abdominal wall. For example, this is stomach. So this is connected to the posterior abdominal wall through mesentery. And can anyone tell me which mesentery is this? Which mesentery is this? I've already discussed this in detail in general embryology. The stomach is connected to the posterior abdominal wall through folds of the peritoneum, and that is something which is called as mesentery. And can anyone tell me which mesentery is this, beta? जल्दी से बता दो ये कौन सी mesentery होगी. मैंने बताया था तुम लोगों को. मैंने तुम लोगों को बताया था. डॉर्सल mesentery हो गई ना. डॉर्सल mesentery हो गई है ना. तो यस, हाँ डॉर्सल mesentery है. वेरी गुड. वेंट्रल mesentery थी, डॉर्सल mesentery थी. याद आया कि एंटीरियर एब्डोमिनल वॉल से स्टमक कनेक्टेड होता है वेंट्रल mesentery के थ्रू, और स्टमक कनेक्टेड होता है पोस्टीरियर एब्डोमिनल वॉल से थ्रू डॉर्सल mesentery. और वेंट्रल mesentery में ही क्या डेवलप करता है? लिवर. डॉर्सल mesentery में ही लेफ्ट साइड पे क्या डेवलप करता है? स्प्लीन. ये सब मैंने आप लोग को करवाया हुआ है. रिमेंबर गाइस, ये सब मैंने आप लोगों को करवाया हुआ है. आई होप यू गाइस रिमेंबर दिस. So yes, now before coming to this beta, let us just make a list of which are peritoneal and which are retroperitoneal, guys. So yes, so remember guys that if we talk about the stomach, हाँ डॉर्सल मीसोगैस्ट्रियम बेटा. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड अबू बकर. ये मैंने तो क्लास में अभी करवाया है थोड़े दिन पहले. स्टमक बेटा, इट इज peritoneal. It is peritoneal. Okay. The greater omentum, the lesser omentum, right? We have first part of duodenum. First part of duodenum. It is also peritoneal. Remember beta, the second part of duodenum, the third part of duodenum, and the fourth part of duodenum. Fourth part of duodenum. All these are retroperitoneal. Okay, retroperitoneal. I hope this time you like understand the meaning. The peritoneal which is covered from only one side. Yes, 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 beta. Yes. When I say, for example, beta, now suppose now for example, if I say kidney, now this is a covering of peritoneum which is covering only the anterior surface of the kidney. It is covering the kidney from only one side. So that is called as yeah, retroperitoneal. Okay, और पूरी की पूरी cover होगी. For example, we have the transverse colon. Okay, we have the transverse colon, and this transverse colon, it is covered by peritoneum from all the sides. So it will be called as the peritoneal organs. And these peritoneum is making folds. This is called as the mesentery वाला part हो गया, right? ये mesentery वाला part हो गया. I hope this is clear to everyone. So yes, jejunum, ileum. These are all peritoneal. Now when I say cecum, okay, cecum, it is retroperitoneal. Appendix, peritoneum. Okay. Now we have transverse colon and sigmoid colon. Now transverse colon will have transverse mesocolon, sigmoid mesocolon. अब mesocolon आ रहा है बेटा, तो obviously बात है इसमें folds of mesentery present है. So ultimately you guys know these are peritoneal organs. These are peritoneal organs, right? These are peritoneal organs. Apart from that, beta, now apart from that, you should remember we have ascending colon. descending colon, and rectum. Now, beta, these three structures, I would say they are partly covered with peritoneum. They are partly covered with peritoneum, but again, these structures have no mesentery. No mesentery. अपेंडिक्स भी पेरिटोनियम होगा ना बेटा, क्योंकि इट इज ऑल्सो मीजो अपेंडिक्स, तो ऑब्वियस सी बात है, ठीक है. सो यस, आई होप दिस इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन. चलिए फटाफट से थम्स अप दे दो जल्दी से. चलो विकी आदित्य, वेरी गुड बेटा, वेरी गुड. देखो अगर पेरिटोनियम साइड से कवर कर रहा है तो ऑब्वियसली यू ऑलरेडी नो इट्स रेट्रोपेरिटोनियल, राइट. अगर पेरिटोनियम सिर्फ ऊपर से कवर कर रहा है, इट इज कॉल्ड सब पेरिटोनियल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यूरिनरी ब्लैडर, राइट. नाउ देर आर वेरियस फंक्शंस ऑफ द पेरिटोनियम बेटा. देर आर वेरियस फंक्शंस ऑफ द पेरिटोनियम. Okay, there are various functions, and the very first function, it allows free movement of abdominal viscera. It allows free movement of the abdominal viscera. Secondly, it helps in the protection of the visceral organs, protection of the viscera. It helps in the protection of the viscera. Okay, basically the peritoneal membrane, basically they contain various phagocytic cells beta. They contain phagocytic cells which guard against infection. So that's how they take care for this particular function, that is the protection of the viscera. Thirdly, the most important part, that is the healing power. That is the healing power. You already know that the mesothelial cells of the peritoneal membrane. Okay, for example, if a person has undergone any surgery, for example, if it is a laparotomy or laparoscopy surgery, so you already know for the healing, okay, the mesothelial cells of these peritoneal membranes, basically they can transform into fibroblast. Okay, and these fibroblasts will promote healing of the abdominal wounds or any cuts over the abdomen or any surgery. So that is the healing power which is shown by the peritoneum. Apart from that, they have a huge storage of fat also. So there is storage of fat. Okay, so yeah, peritoneal folds are like they are capable of storing more amount of fat, right? So these are certain like functions of the peritoneum. Even you have to remember the sex differences beta. Now when I say male peritoneum is a closed sac, and the female peritoneum, it is an open sac. Basically it communicates with the uterine tubes, okay, and ultimately the cervix, vagina, and everything. So yeah, if we just talk about the sex differences. So in males it is a closed sac, whereas we talk about the females, it is like open. Okay, it is an open sac, the peritoneum. Okay, the female peritoneum, it is open sac, and remember it communicates with the exterior through uterine tubes. Okay, the fallopian tubes. Okay, then ultimately the body and the cervix and the vagina part, right? So yes. Now remember guys, I have to just discuss about a little about the peritoneal cavity. And remember the peritoneal cavity, it is divided into the peritoneal cavity. We have just talked about the cavity that is present between the parietal layer and the visceral layer. So this peritoneal cavity, it is divided into two sacs. Okay, they are divided into two sacs again, and this is the greater sac. This is the greater sac and the lesser sac. The lesser sacs. Okay, the greater sac and the lesser sac will communicate. They will communicate to each other. They will communicate to each other via epiploic foramen. Via epiploic foramen. Right? So yeah, now if I just want to say a little bit about the greater sac beta, it is the part of the peritoneal cavity which is exposed by opening the parietal peritoneum of the anterior abdominal wall. Now, as soon as you open the anterior abdominal wall, what you will see? The parietal peritoneum. Okay. Now, the parietal peritoneum, if you just open this parietal peritoneum, what you will see? A peritoneal cavity. Okay. So yes, it is divided into two compartments. It is divided into two compartments, beta. And remember, these two compartments are supracholic and infracholic compartments. Supracholic and infracholic compartments, right? Supracholic and infracholic compartments. Now, if you want to see in the picture, beta. Now, can anyone tell me which section is this? Transverse section, sagittal section, coronal section. Which section is this? First, tell me, beta. This picture has been asked in the exam multiple number of times. Even in the university classes, this picture was like a horrifying image. Yeah, it is the sagittal section. Very good, Anushka. It is the sagittal section. Very good. What about rest? What about rest? Does everyone agrees with Anushka? Yeah, yeah. So yes. Now beta, हाँ, sagittal. Shah SRK, very good. Beta, अब greater sac को ना, we are dividing the greater sac into two parts. So we have the supracholic compartment, and we have infracholic compartment. Infracholic compartment. So बेटा ये जो आप देख रहे हो, okay, this is the supracholic compartment. Okay, supracholic compartment. Yes, sagittal है, बिल्कुल ठीक है. ये supracholic compartment है. देखो बॉडी को साइड से ऐसे काटा है और साइड से हम लोग देख रहे हैं. ठीक है, एब्डोमिनल वॉल हटा दी है, सब कुछ हटा दिया है. तो अब हम लोग देख रहे हैं सुप्राकोलिक कंपार्टमेंट. ओके, इट इज एंटीरो सुपीरियर पार्ट. नो, मैंने से एंटीरो बेटा, यहाँ पे आपको पता होना चाहिए ये एंटीरियर पार्ट है और ये पोस्टीरियर पार्ट है जहाँ पे बोन्स प्रेजेंट है. तो ये जो पार्ट है सुप्राकोलिक कंपार्टमेंट जो है वो आगे की तरफ है और ऊपर की तरफ है. इट इज द एंटीरो सुपीरियर पार्ट. यस, yes, everyone is right. This is a supracholic compartment and it is the antero superior part. Is the antero superior part of the greater sac. Okay, yeah. So yes, it is divided into beta right and left parts by the falciform ligament of the liver. Okay, ये right और left में divide हो जाता है due to the falciform ligament of the liver. Now when I say infracholic, बेटा ये infracholic ये आप लोग को बहुत अच्छे से दिख रहा है. This is the infracholic part and it is posterior-inferior part. Infracholic compartment बोल दो. Infracholic compartment. Yes. And remember beta, this is the posterior-inferior part. Posterior-inferior part. Now, now beta, if you already know, these are like small intestine वाला part है ना, ठीक है, ये small intestine वाला part है. And you are very well aware of the fact कि ये जो आपको folds दिख रहे बेटा, can anyone tell me ये folds क्या है? मैंने अभी बताया था. What are these folds called as? Anyone? चलो लेबलिंग बता दो जल्दी से. ये जो folds बन रहे हैं, इन folds को क्या बोलेंगे? हाँ, I'm waiting in the chat box. बेटा जल्दी से बताइए. ये जो folds है, ये जो आपको दिख रहे हैं, what are these called as? हम्म बेटा मिजेंट्री बोलेंगे ना, और क्योंकि स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन का पार्ट है। यस अनुष्का वेरी गुड, ये तो मिजेंट्री होगी ना बेटा, मैं तो पहले ही तुम लोगों को बता रहा हूँ कि अगर ये पेरिटोनियल है और ये अगर पेरिटोनियल है तो ये जो इसके फोल्ड्स बन रहे हैं तो इसको तो हम मिजेंट्री बोलते हैं, मिजेंट्री बोलते हैं ना पेरिटोनियल फोल्ड्स को। Peritoneal foldings are called as mesentery. Yes, everyone is right. Ahmed, very good. Peritoneal folds, Sarishta, very good. Mesentery है, बिल्कुल क्लियर है। तो क्योंकि ये स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन का पार्ट है बेटा, तो इसको मैं क्या नाम दूंगा? मेसेंट्री ऑफ स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, मेसेंट्री ऑफ स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, mesentery of small intestine, right? So yes, I hope this is clear beta, I hope this is clear। बेटा एक थम्स अप दे दो। यस एवरीवन इज राइट, एक थम्स अप दे दो जल्दी से। हम्म हाँ चलो, विकी सेज यस, अनुष्का सेज यस। आई होप द पिक्चर इज क्लियर बेटा। सेजाइटल सेक्शन में हम लोग क्या देखने के लिए बात करें? ग्रेटर सैक और लेसर सैक। ग्रेटर सैक में भी हम लोगों ने सुप्राकोलिक और इंफ्राकोलिक डिपार्टमेंट देख लिया। नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट द लेसर सैक, राइट? और हमने मेसेंट्री भी देख ली, ठीक है? तो यस, नाउ कमिंग ऑन टू द या लेसर सैक। Lesser sac, it is a large peritoneal recess, large peritoneal recess. Okay. Now, what is recess, guys? Tell me in the chat box. What is recess? Okay. Which lies behind and beyond the stomach. Which lies, yes, empty space. Now. Hmm. And it is completely separated. It is completely separated from greater sac except through an opening, and that opening it is called as epiploic foramen. Epiploic foramen, hollow space. Yes. चलो बेटा, अभी तुम खुद ही अहमद, मुझे अभी डायग्राम बना रहा हूँ, तुम खुद ही मुझे बता दो कि लेसर ओमेंटम और लेसर सैक में क्या फर्क है। देखो लेसर सैक, देखो एक स्पेस हो गया। चलो ये डायग्राम अब तुम खुद ही इसका आंसर दोगे। अहमद, आई वांट यू टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन। चलो ये डायग्राम तुमने मुझसे बनवा ही लिया, ऑल्दो आई वाज नॉट। देखो ये एंटीरियर एब्डोमिनल वॉल है, ये पोस्टीरियर एब्डोमिनल वॉल है, ठीक है? पोस्टीरियर एब्डोमिनल वॉल, anterior abdominal wall. Now we have something which is called as the stomach. Something which is called as the stomach. And you already know the stomach is suspended from both sides. Stomach क्या है? Endoderm है। और जब folding हुई तो साथ में क्या आ जाता है? Mesoderm आ जाता है। Whenever the folding takes place, what is happening? The mesoderm will come aside, right? The mesoderm will come aside. So already know the stomach is connected to the posterior abdominal wall through a mesentery, and that is called as the dorsal mesogastrium. Dorsal mesogastrium, and anteriorly through ventral mesogastrium, right? Even a small part of the duodenum, mesogastrium. Now, in the ventral mesogastrium, beta, in the ventral mesogastrium, what is developing? What is developing? Liver. And in the dorsal mesogastrium, what is developing? Spleen. What is developing? Spleen. इतना क्लियर है? इतना तो सबको क्लियर है ना? आई सपोज फटाफट इस चीज के लिए तो थम्स अप दे दो मुझे कि इतना तो तुम लोग को मैंने बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ाया है। और अभी इसी को मैं एक ट्रांसफर सेक्शन के फॉर्म में देख रहा हूँ। अब इसको मैं ट्रांसफर कट करूंगा और देखूंगा कि मुझे कैसा नजर आएगा। इसको मैं ट्रांसफर कट करूंगा और फिर मैं देखूंगा मुझे कैसा नजर आएगा। यस, इतना तो क्लियर है ना बेटा? अब बेटा खुद देखो, अब स्टमक बीच में आ गया, ठीक है, यू ऑलरेडी नो दिस इज स्टमक, ठीक है, और स्टमक is connected to the anterior abdominal wall and it is connected to the posterior abdominal wall, right? स्टमक इस तरीके से कनेक्टेड है, मैंने काट के आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू शो यू व्हाट इज दिस, और ये एंटीरियर साइड है और ये हम जा रहे हैं पीछे पोस्टीरियर की तरफ, एंटीरियर ये हो गया, पोस्टीरियर ये हो गया। तो आगे की तरफ क्या डेवलप कर रहा था, आगे की तरफ क्या डेवलप कर रहा था बेटा, वी हैव द लिवर पार्ट, राइट, वी हैव द लिवर पार्ट ओवर हियर, so yes we have this liver part इन द वेंट्रल मेसोगैस्ट्रियम, ये लिवर डेवलप कर रहा है, ठीक है, और पीछे की तरफ लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे क्या डेवलप कर रहा है, स्प्लीन, ओके, सो यस वी हैव दिस स्प्लीन डेवलपिंग, और आगे क्या डेवलप कर रहा है, लिवर, और आगे का जो मेसोगैस्ट्रियम है वो वेंट्रल मेसोगैस्ट्रियम है, राइट, दिस इज द वेंट्रल मेसोगैस्ट्रियम, और पीछे की तरफ क्या है, डॉर्सल मेसोगैस्ट्रियम है, पीछे क्या है, डॉर्सल मेसोगैस्ट्रियम, राइट, इतना क्लियर है सब लोगों को, इतना अच्छे से क्लियर है, राइट, तो ये वेंट्रल मीसोगैस्ट्रियम है और पीछे वाला क्या है, डॉर्सल मीसोगैस्ट्रियम, नाउ और आगे क्या है, एंटीरियर एब्डोमिनल वॉल, और पीछे क्या है, पोस्टीरियर एब्डोमिनल वॉल, राइट, तो लिगामेंट्स भी मैंने आप लोगों को सबको बता दिए थे। नाउ एज द लिवर ग्रोस बेटा, एज द लिवर विल ग्रो, द लिवर विल ट्राई टू रोटेट, ओके, मतलब जैसे जैसे साइज में बढ़ेगा व्हाट विल हैपन, द रोटेशन विल टेक प्लेस, द रोटेशन विल टेक प्लेस, तो स्टमक will come in the middle, right, stomach will come over here, okay, stomach, now as the liver will grow what will happen, this liver, the growing liver, okay, the growing liver beta I would say, the growing liver will actually push, okay, the growing liver will create a space behind the stomach, okay, and that particular space beta देखो, spleen तो यहाँ पे आ गया, spleen यहाँ पे आ गया, the growing spleen will come over here, right, so it will create a space behind the stomach and that is something which is referred as lesser sac, otherwise सारा कुछ covered है with the peritoneum, right, so yes, if you just want me to like show you, so yes, Hmm. So it will create a space just behind the stomach and this is something which is referred to as the lesser sac, right, which is referred to as the lesser, okay, like let me just here, Hmm. Yes, just try to complete this peritoneal fold also, right, peritoneal covering, so yes, so ultimately a greater sac will be in front, greater sac, and behind we will have this lesser sac, and that space, potential space, is created just due to the growing end or the growing part of the liver, so the liver is developing and this leads to development of space just behind the stomach and that is something which is called as the lesser sac, okay. Now, Abu Bakar has asked me a question. What is the difference between lesser sac? तो बेटा पता चल गया lesser omentum क्या है. तो बेटा lesser omentum अगर मैं बोलूं तो remember बेटा lesser omentum it is fold of peritoneum, fold of peritoneum, It is fold of peritoneum stretching from liver to lesser curvature of stomach. Okay, it is fold of peritoneum stretching from the liver to the lesser curvature of stomach. Right, beta? I hope this is clear to everyone. I hope this is clear to everyone now. The lesser sac is clear. Okay, the lesser sac is clear. The greater sac, the functions, the peritoneal, retroperitoneal, the diagram, all the images that we have discussed, all the images that we have discussed. Yes. So yeah, we have discussed the portocaval anastomosis. Yes, I hope it's clear. Aditya, Shah, Vicky. So just give me a thumbs up, guys, that everything you have understood. And from tomorrow, I will be starting with the organs of the abdomen. I will be starting with the organs of the abdomen. If you want, guys, I can take class in the morning as well. So just let me know at what time you want the class, because I want maximum students to participate in the class. So yes. One more, Sarishta, Anushka, Aditya, very good, beta, very good. I want maximum students to participate in my lectures. So yeah, evening is good. Okay, evening is perfect. Morning or evening, Tanvi, okay. Morning or evening, guys. Come on, evening is okay. Chaliye, evening. Prakash, were you attending the class? Ahmed, morning वाले भी आ गए. Have you wish morning, evening? चलो इवनिंग में रहने दो, बट द थिंग इज दैट आई वांट एवरी वन ऑफ यू टू अटेंड द सेशन. ओके, और कल से एक एक ऑर्गन हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे, स्टमक, स्प्लीन, पेनक्रियास, लिवर. तो जितनी भी एनाटॉमी है वो सारी की सारी डिस्कस करेंगे. जितना बेसिक वाला पार्ट था सारा मैंने पढ़ा दिया अच्छे से. ठीक है, तो जितना जरूरी था जनरल एम्ब्रियो सिस्टमिक, जरूरी क्या, सब कुछ पढ़ा ही दिया है, कुछ भी बाकी नहीं है. तो सब कुछ लिखवा लिखवा के डायग्राम बना बना के सब मैंने पढ़ा दिया है. ठीक है, तो इट्स बेटर कि आप लोग क्लासेस लेते रहे. ठीक है, चल. Okay guys, bye. I'll share the PDF on my on the Telegram group, right? So no need to worry about the notes, right? So please, yeah, notes बनाते रहिए. चलिए, bye.